Hello everybody, I am Raven19 and welcome to a brand new series and a brand new game for this channel. This is Imperator Rome. So we are still, I think a lot of people are trying to figure out how to still say that. Some people will say it's Imperator, some people will say Imperator. I think there's a D in there, so we're going to call it Imperator Rome until somebody tells me that's wrong. Anyways, though, this is awesome. This is one of those things where I have finally, through all of your support, actually managed to get my hands on this copy of the game early. The fine folks over at Paradox deemed me worthy. So here I am with a nice copy of this game, and look at how beautiful this map looks. This is really all of the known world in was it 450 AVC? From the founding of the city is a dating convention used. Okay. So anyways, it's really the 1st of October 304 before Common Era. But anyways, look at this map. It looks awesome. There's some huge nations here. And I can really point out about 4 of them that kind of, the reason why they're so big. That's Mara, the Seleucid. There's Phrygia, Egypt, and Macedon. So just a little forewarning, this takes place like 12 to 18 years after Alexander the Great died. So his empire that he had created from Macedon to Egypt through all of Anatolia, through Persia into the Indian to India, was pretty much split up between his commanders. So you have little Macedon here, then you got Phrygia right here. You have Egypt. You had the Seleucid Empire, and then they were fighting off against Maurya in India right there. And then the other big one here, obviously their name's in the title, and that's Rome right there. So anyways, there's a lot of bitty small nations out here. You can see there's quite a bit of the British Isles. There's southern there's some parts of Scandinavia out here. All of Iberia. I mean, there's quite a bit of the map kind of filled in, but this is kind of the region this is where we'll be playing. It's not a bad little thing at all. But anyways, though, so with my without really knowing I was going to have this, and I definitely did not set this up for you guys to do any kind of vote on the channel, which comes to those who do not know. I do votes all the time in Discord and on the channel. I decided I'm going to play as Egypt this time through, this nice big Egyptian nation. And I think we'll have a good time. So anyways, without further ado, let's talk a little bit about it. We'll be playing as Egypt. They are a major power. They have Greek traditions, which, we'll all learn what all this stuff is eventually. I have not played that much, so we'll kind of figure it out as we go. They are an aristocratic monarchy. They have the Hellenic religion. They are Macedonian. That tells you right there. It doesn't seem like the normal tradition of Egypt, does it? They have Ptolemy Soter Lagid. I think that's how you say his name. I could be off. He's I guess an 8547. I don't know if that's the right order or not, but he's got an 8 in the martial category, a 4 in the charisma, a 5 in the finesse, and 7 in the zeal. We'll be learning what all that means before long. We have let's see, 183 cities. We have 1,813 pops. I guess that's the different pops in each little region. And then you can see here we got 527 pop citizens, 397 pops worth of freemen, about 199 versus of tribesmen, and 690 of slaves. And we start out with some subjects. We get Andros, which is, I believe, up here. Most of ours are up here in places. I think Andros is here. And then there's Kos, which I've yet to find him. It's one of those things where we'll learn the map as we go. And then we also have Dodekaisios, which is somewhere, I don't know, clue. Down here, that's right. Yeah, here's Dodekaisios. So, anyways, this is where we're going to be playing at. So let's go ahead. Without further ado, we're taking way too much time. I'm not even going to do Iron Man mode, guys. We do not know what's going on. And here we are with Alexander the Great in Babylon. 18 years ago, the Argead king, Alexander, died suddenly at the age of 32. In the 5 years preceding his death, his continuing military successes had reshaped the world as known to the Greeks. His empire stretching uninterrupted from Egypt to the Indus, the shock of Alexander's early death and his lack of a chosen successor sent shockwaves through the hierarchy of satraps and generals who attended him. splintering his empire into elements ruled by these potentates, styled as the Diadochi. I do not know if I'm saying that right. For many years, they and their successors have been locked in a bitter struggle over the future of the empire, drawing all nations within their sphere of influence into the conflict. The wars of the Diadochi will surely continue. Perhaps it's up to Egypt to decide how they will end. The die is cast. Alright. Looks like we start with 30,000 troops. This nice area here. See, obviously we don't get all of that. There's a lot of impassable terrain. And, there's our one little subject there. I think I'm going to go just kind of run down the line here. We have trade routes. This is something in the game that we have to do, and they help, you know, your pops here become more happy, I believe. I really don't know if there's more to it. Let's see what's going to help make... It looks like our slaves are the only ones not really happy or satisfied, and I definitely don't want them to rise up. So let's see what's out there that slaves like. Olives. And Barca does that. Okay. We'll work with them a little bit. We'll let a day or two pass. Well, I don't know when that comes in. Let's see. Well, there's really nothing else there to be got, so we'll have to wait off on that. We need a commander for our army here. And yes, selecting a new commander. I have no clue what really makes good people here. I would think you would go younger if you want guys to get better over time, but I don't know if that happens. So I could pick a 17-year-old who's a level 4, and or a 36-year-old who's a level 5. Seems to be less, you know, more loyalty. Popularity is not quite there. Prominence, I don't know. I'll probably pick this guy. There are such thing as scorned families. We're going to learn this over time. I think it's just about putting these people into power for times. That's how you get them happy with you. There's inventions, which here's the available ones right now. We would spend 100 of our civic power to get. Yeah, actually, I think it'd be better off to do technology speed right now, +5. And then there's an omen. We can spend oh shoot, what is it? Zeal. This a religious power. There you go. Okay, and let's see. I could use it on tax or discipline or something like that. I think I'm actually going to use it on national unrest because we're going to go to war pretty quickly here, and we get this for I think 5 years. Okay, everything looks good. I think we're going to give these guys a little bit of time to replenish while I try to find somebody to go to war with. There's Serenica here, or Nabatea, I don't know. What about Judea? Are they valid? They're a subject of Phrygia. I really don't want to go to war here yet. And it's Samaria is too. Nope, they're not. Okay. Part of me wants to go to war here just because it would... These guys are not really backed up to Carthage, who's over this region. And these guys could become a subject or something eventually. So let's go ahead and do that. Covert actions. Can I fabricate on him? I can. I want to... You gotta fabricate on a region to get it. There's Pereira. Yeah, Patria. That's what it is. Let's go for Patria. Be a nice little one. We're gonna take this guy. Trying to find a very small attrition province. Your capital has no attrition whatsoever. We don't want any kind of attrition if we can help it. Obviously, that's not always a possibility. Let's take them to Gaza. That's a good spot for them. We'll let them get there, and we'll look at some stuff. We're gonna end up learning what all of this does eventually. Yeah, you can put in ideas if you have the power to do so. This is how I guess this is like your government tab. We're all familiar with that. Just kind of tells you how the number of citizens in each group, if there's governors in these provinces, I guess. Here's your government tab here, actually. You can see who all is in power. 100% legitimacy. Next ruler will have a 59%, I guess. Okay. The military breakdown. I can't really add any traditions. because I don't have the military power to do it. Technology, we've already kind of seen that. Oh, the War of the Diadochi. Having built the largest empire the world has ever seen, Alexander the Great died suddenly 10 years ago. With no clear successor to the empire, his generals, the Diadochi, or successors, have since fought over Alexander's spoils. As one of Alexander's oldest friends, our ruler Ptolemy has secured the wealthiest province in the empire, Egypt, for himself. Expansion into Greece and Syria has, however, been thwarted by Antigonus Monophthalus. Oh my gosh, that name. Monophthalus. Okay, not even gonna try. The former satrap of Phrygia, with the entire Egyptian fleet crushed at the recent battle of Salamis. Antigonus is perhaps the most successful of the successors, but success breeds enemies, and he now stands alone, vulnerable. This is a great opportunity if we can only secure our allies to oppose him. The empire belongs to the strongest. We will gain claims on pretty much everything that is, you know, that was once part of the empire. As you can see, here's, yeah, Ptolemy Lagid right here. This is us. There's also the Seleucids. There's Phrygia, Macedon, and Thrace. Okay, empire belongs to the strongest. Where the heck is Thrace? Oh, this guy. Okay. There's lots of little cool little things in here. We'll be looking at the map more in detail as we move around and do things. Because this isn't an Iron Man, there's no real reason to just push for world conquest or anything like that. Ports are being blockaded. Oh, by pirates. Do I even have ships? I don't believe I do. Could I build some? Yes, I can. Trieres. Accept that trade route offer. Build a unit. Oh, I don't have wood to build. That sucks. No wonder I don't have anything there. Where are these guys at? Up here? You can see they've been getting, they're in some pretty high attrition zones. We're mostly desert, that's why it's going to be like that. Come on, get over here. Get to Gaza. You get to Gaza, I can declare this war. I can see they've got a fort here. Another one there. That's all the forts I know of. Now, how do you still have that there? I guess Gaza did have some. Okay. Let's go ahead and declare this war. Yep, take Arabia Petria. Click OK. Confirm that goal. Let's go straight here to this fort. See, that thing's already working on these two zones. I guess because the fort has zones of control. The quakes in Tablamum. There has been a massive earthquake centered upon Tablamum with a large amount of casualties and some significant damage upon the sea itself. Nearby cities and areas have also seen some issues, though nowhere near the deafening issues caused in Tablamum. Our people are looking for us to set aside some of our funds to try and help those in need to make the best of the situation. We could use money and help our brethren in Tablamum, or we could lose stability. Oh, there's stability. Yep, right there. Let's use that money because I've got 801. So we'll run with that. We'll let it go. Get here, get here, get here. Nope, that's already formed over. I guess when our fort gets done, that'll come back to being ours. Alright, I want to take off the siege, and we'll send these guys around. I don't know if how martial ability helps anything, so for now we'll just keep him ready to fight anybody that comes up to us. I kind of want to go ahead and try to take this spot too. You're gonna go there. Let's go on to Memphis. It's the capital of Imperator. Let's go ahead and merge these two up. We'll be learning hotkeys eventually. Right now, it's just not a priority. Let's go on down here. Oh, new invention. We can take morale recovery. National tax might be good. Let's do that starting experience. Okay. +5 to starting experience. This is probably, yeah, this is the new capital of Imperator right here. Now, I don't know how big their army is, so we need to be kind of careful out here with some of these troops. Ptolemy the Corrupt. Once one has taken a bribe, it is hard to turn back. Ptolemy Soter-Lagid has once a trusted member of society has fallen far. He said that if you grease his palms with enough gold, he can get you anything. Oh dear, he is now corrupt. Well, that sucks. Would have loved not to have to worry about that, but things happen. Nope. Stay here. The statue of Ptolemy Soter-Lagid. The people of Lahemi have raised a large statue of our esteemed ruler Ptolemy Soter-Lagid. Though the statue is lacking in certain important areas, it would not be taken well if it were to be ripped it down. If we leave the statue up, let us hope it does not get too well known, as it would be some of an insult to the monarch. Obviously, they made a nude bust of this guy, and it's not, you know, filling in the right areas. Probably in the crotchal region. Anyways, we are grateful for this honor to the nation. We'll lose 10 popularity, but we'll lose some unrest in Lahami. Or we can gain the unrest. I'm going to just lose the popularity. Oh my gosh. I'm loving this game already. How's the score looking? We're 5th. Okay. Rome is actually ahead of us already. No sir. Maria, of course, is the biggest one. Phrygia's, we're all pretty close to each other here. Not, you know, nobody's really too far ahead of anyone else except for Maria, so, which makes sense. I mean, look at them. They have all of that, so they've probably got tons of great things. I'm surprised the Seleucids are not that far ahead. They're actually behind us. It sucks. Alright. Do these guys like... Okay, he is going to come help. It's just going to take him forever. And Nabatea has 3 armies at least. Because that's his 3rd army that he's working to break that. I guess it'd help if I would unpause, right? This first episode is going to be a little bit longer than my normal episodes, by the way. I just want to kind of really get into the game. Alright. Liking the way things are going over here. We're at 7% here, -35 here. These guys are just kind of standing around, prepared to move in and help them regain troops or whatever it may be. I mean, we have 104,000 manpower, so I can live with that. You know, sending a guy over if we need to. He's at 10,405 actually. Now, one of the things that we can't get back is heavy infantry because we don't have the stuff to rebuild them. That's something I looked at, and it's kind of unfortunate. So I have to kind of use my, let's see, create new unit. Normally I wouldn't be using, you know, cavalry for really anything, but yeah, cohorts are going to have to be the ones that I use to do a lot of my damage. Or light infantry. Or I can find ways to get wood. That would be pretty important thing to start trading for. Sorry, keep forgetting I'm paused. The pause is it shows pause down here, which is difficult to remember. The Nilotic local power, yeah, is requesting import of papyrus. Yes, I will gladly help you with that. Merge them up. And once we get this one, I can at least move here. He's moving throughout the desert, so it's not really that big a deal to me. He's at 42%, so he's got like a almost about a 1 in 2 chance, really 2 out of 5. He's at negative 14. What's he going to go to? Negative 7. Come on, you couldn't have been better than that. Alright, envoys. Helping out slave happiness. Okay. Let's accept it. Come on, give it to me. Nope, 42%. Crap. Food shortages, though. A question of competence. After weeks of nervous looks and smirks at court, the whispers circling the palace have finally reached the ears of Basilius. It seems that someone has been spreading the rumors and spinning yarns of his unequaled profligacy and unfitness for the throne. The damage has been done. Now I'll look to how the Basilius will deal with the situation. We will lose 15 popularity. That's how we'll deal with it. Because you're not giving me much else. We need good dice rolls. He's at negative 7 again. Get ready. Yep, still stayed the same. Archon Arius offers friendship. We have received an envoy sent by Archon Arius Timolid, ruler of our subject Andros. He offers our ruler Basilius Ptolemy Soter Legate his personal friendship. Strengthening our connection with our subject could have its benefits. You can gain some popularity and some prominence, which we don't really need, or we can become friends with the guy. Let's become friends with the guy. What's wrong with that? The garrison here is only 421. Are you gonna go up anymore? You're kidding me. Food shortages? My ruler would become more corrupt if I ordered a assault on that. Why don't you come down here, dude? Envoy appear. Country civilization level plus 2.5. Accept that offer. He's at 42% and just keeps hitting it. I wonder if there's a problem here. 42% 3 times in a row. I mean, there's a 36% chance they'll surrender. They'll desert at 29%. So over 50% is on them doing something that's going to increase. Yeah, 40 by keep getting food shortages. Which is only a 14% chance. And it doesn't increase anything. He's at 42%, so they're both there and they're both getting food shortages. Something's up. Oh, there we go. We got Kaisamon. Let's go ahead and send these two guys there. This is going to automatically turn just like this will. There goes Petra, there we go. Okay, so at least it's not so bad. You'll go there, you'll go here. Kind of carpet siege them now if we can. They only have 4,000 back here. I don't know where all their army is. Not really going to worry about it either. Do I even occupy the war goal? I don't reckon I do. Maybe not all of it. There's a lot of Petria out here. Yeah, I gotta own all that. Okay. I see now. Just go on down here. Go there. We'll send these 9,000 this way. He's helping me to do a lot of damage, actually. We'll let him do it. Where are you going? Sopka. I'm going to let this guy go on here then. Aeloth. Go here. Now I'm wondering if he'll start hitting like 4K, you know, he'll start losing manpower or something when all this is gone. Be nice to know. The Olympic Games! Once more, the renowned Olympic Games are due to occur in the city of Olympia. The traditions surrounding these games are ancient, reputedly dating back to the days of mighty Heracles himself, and they are an occasion in which all of Greece rejoices. It is our custom to send the proudest, most able young son of Egypt to compete on our behalf. We believe we have found two ideal candidates, a son of Apollo himself by the name of Magus, and a stout fellow who calls himself Abrius. Which of these fine athletes would we send to the games? We can go to Magus or we can go to Abrius. He's a governor of Palestine. Send. We're going to go and get a new intervention. Army morale recovery. And we're lacking a governor here in Palestine. So, which families are not happy with us? Let's find the, find one. Very first one will be Felitid. So let's see if we can put him in that slot. He's 43 years old. He probably wouldn't be too bad. He just doesn't have any prominence. And then now we have pretender support. We'll just see how that works. We'll learn these things over time. Yeah, we're at 58%. He probably has more from owning all this. Oh, we've won a quick battle there with 1,000 troops. Against 1,000 troops, at least. Okay, we're gonna go here. Macna. I'm gonna see if he pushes his men in there to attack that guy. So I'd rather him waste his troops than mine. Collapse. Although Nicodemus Philanid is responsible for the oversight of civic works, it has become abundantly clear that his appointment was a terrible mistake. All around the country, shabby, hideous edifices are being raised at alarming speed. Sadly, his latest masterpiece collapsed, killing a number of civic officials. We should decide how to handle this carefully. I'm going to gain 5, and he'll lose 40. We're going to have him flogged. You put innocent lives at stake, friend. Alright, let's go. I guess he's actually going... No, he's going here now. Okay. He's doing a really good job of sieging things down. The Olympics concluded. The Great Olympic Games come to an end with much rejoicing and celebration. The highlight of this year's games was during the final race of the Olympiad, the Hiplitodromos, in which the competitors endured a full lap of the stadium clad in full armor. Apollophanes of Troyzon crossed the finish line with a good hour after the race began, having stopped to flirt outrageously with a group of giggling maidens. Overall, the victor was declared to be Eukitamon Karsid of Ionia, a first-time winner of the Olympics, whose brawn, virility, and Heraclean vigor are beyond compare. He will go down in the annals of history as a champion of the Olympiad. Ah, well, better luck next time. We'll gain some popularity from that. For free popularity. We didn't even do nothing but send our governor there. Oh, thank you for doing that job. Get him, kill him, kill him. Get him! There's a battle. Quick and easy, just go ahead and take over it for us, buddy. There's some mercenaries up here. I don't know if they're doing anything. Doesn't appear to be. We're just about ready to end this war, and he'll have 4K troops there. Just sending my men onward. He's got a level 9 leader. I'm like saying that like I think it's some huge number. I don't know. Maybe level 9 means nothing. You know, we'll have to see. All these guys right here are mercenaries, by the way. I could recruit them at any time I felt like it and spend money on them, but I don't feel like it right now. Even with this guy, I have sieging so much. Should probably actually split in half, send these guys there. We can do more if we split in half. Growing friendship, Ptolemy Soter-Ligid appears to be developing a strong camaraderie with Echecrates Onomastid. Sometimes it can be advantageous to have a friend watching one's back, but it is not too late to avoid the situation. We can become friends with a guy who is the governor of Upper Egypt. Splendid. I would rather him be a friend, right? Wouldn't you? I don't know why I would need rivals. The game wasn't very clear on some things that you can and can't do. So, I'm learning this as I go. Of course, learning this as I go. 4K guys here. And we're moving pretty quick right now towards them. Yep, keep marching. We're going to get there to them before long. And the mercenaries will not defend for you either unless you paid for them, of course. Okay. Here comes our allies too. Let's go there and go take that. You know they're going through so much, like resistance and all. At least I don't see any forts getting taken. Why don't you go ahead and go attack the guy? And get there and attack the guy so we don't have to worry about him taking over stuff he's taken over. We're gonna go here next. Berenice Magid inspires the army. Morale was beginning to waver at the camp when Berenice Magid stood up before the assembled soldiers and gave an inspirational speech. She convinced all who were present that the odds of battle were on their side, using her extensive knowledge of military tactics. When the soldiers marched the next day, they did so with the confidence that their victory was assured. She's inspirational. We'll get +5 to morale, and we'll get quite a bit of popularity for her. We will take those things, of course. Oh, he seems to be on the run. Should be able to catch him now. There's the fight. Alright, we'll see how this kind of goes. We kind of got him boxed in a way. Go to Zors. We'll send them all in here. Attacked and killed him. And we'll wrap this up right here. These final regions get taken back by me, so I'll have maximum war score, and we'll see what we can do. Obviously, we do have tons of manpower. There might be some region I don't see, but I'm going to bring these guys back to Alexandria. Let's have a chat with these guys. Super Peace. Obviously, we're going to take Patria. I want to take that as well. And take all that. What did that do? It's really hard to read these things. We'll get 20. Okay. So it's a 32 list of demands. I don't really think it's going to go over anything. We'll take 180. Alright, we can then... We got quite a bit of aggressive expansion. Let's give our guy a little bit more power there. Aggressive expansion will go down on its own, but there you go. We've added this area to us. There's really nothing to be done with that. We need a new governor here. Who is a family that is does not like us at the moment? The Pinide and the Argonid. Pinide and Argonid. This is an easy. These are easy ways right here. As you take stuff, just figure out who you can give it to. Pinide is 62, and the Argonid's 35. Not really any popularity. There's some loyalty here, though. I'll choose him, the Argonid. Bad research ratio here. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to deal with it. I really have no clue how to change that. Oops, off-click the game. Let's get back in here. Can assault. I think these guys right here, it's the heavy infantry, because I can't create more. I already tried to recruit them. See, they're not even a thing. Part of me thinks I should just get rid of them. Consolidate the cohorts. Let's create a new unit. Send these guys over here. Select it. Disband that unit. And then we'll need to create more. Let's go ahead and build some Hepatspits, maybe? Local, okay. I don't even lose anything. A feast for Echecrates. The residents of Polybien are holding a celebration in honor of their much-loved governor, Echecrates Onomastid. Renowned for his beneficence, tolerance, and common sense, it is nice to see our approved candidates validated in such a way. On with the celebration for all that good stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll just replace the guy. All 10 of them. And with that, guys, I'm going to go and end this one right here. Nice little early war. Got a little bit of feel for the warfare in this one. Seems very familiar. Everybody keeps saying it's that who has played a little bit, and we've been talking about it prior to this with each other. You know, those who we know aren't affected and have the game already. We kind of talked a little bit about it, and most people seem to feels like that it's like CK2 and EU4 mixed together. You have the relationship stuff of CK2 with the kind of the gameplay of EU4, which is kind of a mixing of both of the good of both worlds, from what I understand. Considering I've never played CK2, but it feels very much like EU4 to me, except for these mercenaries being out and about. I don't really know if I like that. I think there maybe should be, you know, these mercenary groups that you could maybe pull out of this macro builder or something, and say, hey, I want to build. There's a whole bunch of mercenaries down here. I want to build them and get them. So, anyways, so far that's the only little bit. That's the only thing I could really say about it. And we'll go ahead and end this right here. And maybe you make sure that you like, hit that subscribe button to make sure you see some more. Maybe make a comment down below what you think of the game thus far. And maybe go check it out on Discord, where we'll be having some conversations about this, I'm sure. And which is the link is in the description below. So, all right, guys, appreciate y'all so much for watching. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Maybe check a link, and I will see you all next time.